And some of the funny things I have seen is that the removal of subsidy we expected will make life easy for us. I am not seeing them. I'll be very, very, direct, because me, I'm not a politician. I have nothing to lose. I'm just an ordinary Nigerian who is feeling the direct effect and impact of whatever decision has been taken. As a matter of fact, long before now, if somebody wanted to buy fuel, for instance, the PMS, and it was past the time for the filling station who is selling, you go and buy from the guys we call black market. But these days, it's as good as you buying from the filling station is you buying direct black market. Because I see no reason why, as a Nigerian who is blessed with the crude oil and the resources, we are buying fuel for 1,000, that the subsidy was removed, and that this is just a baby step for pain. With time, everything will go down. 2 years has passed. Me, I'm losing patience. I'm growing gray hair already, so I'm waiting for these steps to be taken. That is funny to me. I am waiting to see when we'll buy fuel again for 100 naira per liter. If that is not funny to anybody, it's as good as a very funny comedy show put together by Alibaba. So that is the truth, because this is the only channel we need to just air our own frustration. Now, you earlier asked, why has the cost of we giving laugh become quite expensive? Prior and the highest anybody has sold a comedy table. I would want to call him. The highest anybody has sold a comedy table, say AY, called Basket Mouth, Alibaba and the likes, was 1 million. But now the cost of everything, like I mentioned before, has gone up. Another funny thing I'm noticing here is this, where everybody is suffering all of these things together from the decisions or steps that have been taken by the government. And then when you come out to complain, the people you think you are complaining for, probably because of issues of tribe or sectionalism or maybe religious inclination, if that's the right word to use, we come at you and say, I'll give you one instance. Recently, I came out to give my 2 cents on a very topical issue because of a statement made by a certain political figure. And then I said, no, this thing is not correct. And then I gave my, reasons and all of that. Somebody now said, when your brother was in power, what did you say and all of that? And then I laughed. I said, I wish you play back memory to know that even when the past president was in power, I was saying things and people feared for me and say, what if they arrest this boy and all of that? But I said, see, the people in power, let me give you one instance. I heard the Minister of Aviation said something to some of my colleagues, my senior colleague, I go save and this thing, who had called his attention to why the airport in Usubi, Wari, their state is not functioning, and given that he the Minister of Aviation is even from that place. And then he said, and then he had this to say, and then that made me understand that some of the time we come outside to talk about topical issues, these people see it and know that is we drawing them back to the drawing board to know that they need to do things the right way. He said to them that, all right, you want to tell me something? He said to them,
your thought.
Okay, he said to them, and he said he was happy that they called him out. That it is this calling out they need to let them know that they need to do things right, because they are not robots, they are human beings. So when I talk about anything and you want to think when your brother was in power, what did you say? You are being delusional, I understand. That is comedy to me. So and I wish that you are in a comedy show where I have the right. And this is TV, so I may want to reserve some. Why I will tell you the rate, how they pay me. You understand?
Well, yeah, it's interesting, to hear you articulate yourself in clear English, but we know that there's also a transition that will help us to relax, and that's why we brought you here, Sarkin Dariya. Even though you are apolitical, we know that the money you collect does not know any political divide.
Politics.
So, so let's go to the other part now. A little bird told me that you have the route to London for just 3,000 naira. How true is that, Sarkin Dariya?
I currently am planning on my tour to the United Kingdom, where I'll be visiting about 14 cities. So, the cost of flights now has become a big deal. So I said, rather than we spending over 3 million naira for a round trip for one person, by the time we're spending that money, it's going to reflect in the amount we may want to charge the promoters for each cities. So I now devised a means. I said let's do this thing easily. rather than spending that money, we can use 3K to UK. Do you understand? Ask me how.
How?
Do you know we might not spend more than 3,000 naira we are in the UK? All we need to do is just wait for this, my brothers that go to supply cow in the east or tomatoes in other places in the west. I will wait for them here in Abuja once they are coming to pass through Zuba. We enter that motor, 800 naira to Yobe. All I need to tell them is, Atema come on down, lad, just help your brother. They take all of us 800 naira, we are in Yobe. From Yobe, we enter a camel, 350 naira. Before you know, on top Sudan like this and Niger, you are going to be seeing, what is this place? Algeria. Arma killing the drone confirmed to me that all Nigerians pass through Algeria. That is why it is called Algeria. People need to know history and know why some countries are called the name they are called. Most especially when we are in Africa. Algeria means all Nigerians passing through Algeria. Yes, they call it Algeria. So from Algeria to, on top Algeria, you will be seeing what they call it. You know what I'm talking about. It's one small river that is dividing them and Turkey. Just small river like that. From that place, you pass small ocean, not too small water like this, small ocean, If you know, before you know, you see yourself in United Kingdom. If you notice, all I have calculated is not up to 2005. But I pray for you that the day you take that route, you will not join your ancestors.
All right. We've had so much fun. Thank you so much, Sarkin Dariya. We wish we could continue.
I'm not breaking you. I'm not breaking you. Listen, in case you are watching me, this thing I'm saying is a joke. Because some of you now will not say, Sarkin, explain it. 3K cannot take you to UK. Even me, I'm begging a particular airline now to come to my aid. I was begging Dr. Allen Onyema to help me and fly me, even if it's on discount.
Yeah.
You understand?
Thank you for that proviso. So if you're going to UK and you think 3K can take you to UK, you're on your own. Sarkin Dariya, historian, comedian by unemployment. Thank you so much.
Yes, historian, no, say it. Historian by profession and a comedian by unemployment. By the time I just give me work in channels and see whether I will not leave this comedy.
Thank you so much for your time. We're looking forward to having you already next time. Sarkin Dariya, comedian. Thank you so much.